Welcome back to another episode of the Greater Culture Chats with your host, Brad Marshall. Today, we're going to take a look at the way that beliefs play a role in the mindsets that we have. When we looked at Mindset 101, a lot of the conversations that unfold in our head are built on the beliefs we have about ourselves, beliefs we have about the world around us, and how we play a role in that. And so to help us understand a little bit better about what our beliefs are, we're going to take a look at a quote from Gandhi. It says, "Your beliefs become your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits become your values, and your values become your destiny." Maybe you've heard of this particular quote or ones like it that show us this relationship between what we truly believe about ourselves and those around us, how that plays out in the thoughts we have, the way we talk to ourselves, the actions that we actually are engaging in, and eventually the type of person that we want to become. And so if we're interested in making true meaningful change when it comes to our mindset, it comes back to this idea of understanding who we are at our core. What are the core beliefs that you have that guide and influence the thoughts and emotions you experience, and then eventually the behaviors that we're looking to work towards? So if we look at what our beliefs are, the simplest way to think of them are these are the centrally held, often unshakable convictions that we hold to be very true to us. They shape the way we think about not only ourselves, but those around us, how we interact with the world. And if we look at where they're coming from, they're typically developed through our upbringing, the environment in which we were raised, the experiences we have, and it's constantly being challenged, constantly being potentially changed based on what those experiences are. Some experiences solidify what some of the beliefs are, and other times we might have some experiences that make us question or think about if we still hold on to that core conviction. And what we want to think about here is that these certainly impact the way we interact with the world, but they also play a huge role in how we think about ourselves and how we play a role. And so if we think about a model that might be helpful for us to understand a little bit more clearly what we're talking about with our beliefs, we look at these circles here, and what you're going to notice is that at the core of this circles, that's our core beliefs. That is who we are, those strongly held convictions, the things that are most true, sort of our North Star, if you will. The next circle just outside of that are our thoughts and emotions. It's typically the conversation we're having with ourselves, the experiences that we have in the moment, stress, fear, joy, sadness, happiness, whatever that might be. And then the third circle, the outermost, is our behaviors and our actions. And what I like about this particular model, when we start thinking about how these all play with each other, the outermost circle, that's typically what we're showing to the external world. Those behaviors, the actions, the way that we show up, the way that we conduct ourselves, that's what other people can see. They can't always see our thoughts and our emotions. Sometimes they might come through in our facial expressions, but it's truly hard to know what somebody's experiencing or thinking. And then there's those core beliefs that are really deeply held that really nobody has an understanding or an ability to see. And so when it comes to this idea of working with people, it can sometimes be easiest to actually tune into and notice the behaviors and the actions that we have. Why do I wake up and drink a cup of coffee to start every day? Why is going to the gym something that's part of my daily routine? Why do I make certain choices when I'm out with my friends, but maybe when I'm at home, I make different choices for my health and my wellness? We look at these actions, and what that can then do is start to help us to unpack why do we do these behaviors, and then allow us to do a little bit of work on not only our mindset, but maybe what some of those beliefs are. So the exercise that we've got for you is to know your beliefs. It can start with something as simple as taking a certain behavior or a certain action or a habit that you currently engage with. And what you're going to do is you're going to ask yourself, why do I engage in that habit? Why is that behavior, that action meaningful or relevant for me? That's the first level. You're going to ask yourself the same question of why 4 to 5 more times until eventually we get down to something that feels like a core belief. So if it's something like, why do I engage in 10 minutes of quiet time each day for myself? Well, the first level could be something like, well, I want to experience some relaxation, some downtime. Why is that important for you? Well, I believe that to truly take care of ourselves, we want to spend some time alone in our thoughts and our emotions and what I'm experiencing. Why is that relevant for you? Because I truly want to be somebody who understands not only how I think and feel, but how that portrays the outside world. Okay, so why is that important to you? Well, because I want to be somebody who demonstrates what regulation looks like or keeping yourself accountable to others. Okay, we're starting to get closer to some of these deeply held beliefs. And what can be really cool is when we start to unpack the five whys experience, it allows us to start to tune into and notice certain behaviors and actions are tied to certain core beliefs that we have, either about ourselves or about others, and how we want to align our thoughts, our emotions, our actions, and our behaviors to those beliefs. So, if we're really truly interested in working on mindset, this can be a really great place to start. Start noticing what some of the actions and behaviors are that you have. Work them through the five whys experience till you get to something that feels like a very strong core conviction. And then that allows you to challenge and notice, is that something I still want to firmly believe in? Or perhaps that's something I want to change or adapt. If we're looking at behavior change, it goes back to the way we talk to ourselves, which is tied directly to the beliefs that we have about ourselves, those around us in the world. So, for this episode of the Greater Culture Chats, I'm Brad. Look forward to catching up with you on our next episode. And as always, if there's anything that you need in terms of your health, wellness, and performance, Greater Culture would love to help out in any way we can. So, we'll see you on the next episode.